all the
Showtime.
connections. Well, it's almost showtime. I mean, people on the Periscope, if they're watching on the Twitters or listening on the
Hello
Twitters.
on the Twitters.
Hello on the Twitters.
Hello on the Twitters.
Yes.
A fantastic view of the side of my head.
That's pretty much everything. It's okay.
Welcome to podcasting.
Hey, look at that. Nobody's actually
Look
watching
at the
me, right?
side of my head.
Nobody's ever actually watching this, right?
Hold on, I have to pick my nose, obviously.
Oh, yeah, I forgot there's a camera in my face.
Yeah, I've seen unfortunate instances where people forget there's a camera in studio. It's rough.
Yeah. All the time. All the time. I mean, I'm doing this number like
Yeah, when I was live streaming from the Trump rally, like phone in my own face on the Blaze, and I get this like text from my mother. It says, "Stop screwing with your nose." Like mid live stream,
Mom.
like 30K people watching, and I text from mom, "Quit screwing with your nose."
Stop picking your nose, kid. Thanks, Mom.
Like,
I really like
damn it,
you.
Mom, I'm working.
Stop watching me work. That must be some good gold you're digging up there.
And if you wondered why I'm not on the Blaze anymore, anyway.
I thought it was just the distance.
I thought it was the fact that I didn't want to fly to Dallas, but that's just me.
I actually want to go to Dallas, but
I would love to go to Dallas. I just don't have the money.
to live there?
Live there or to fly there on a regular basis.
Yeah, that does suck. Boom, 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 ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom. Good. I'm really glad that worked for the Skype, because I've been really getting annoyed over the fact that I can't, like, nobody can hear the music and the sound effects and everything else. Really? Liz Mattori? What are you doing? Why are you going live right now, man? Come on.
Who's going live?
Liz Mattori. She's running for she's running for as a Republican for a House seat in Maryland, District 2. Oh, your camera.
That was me.
Yeah, your camera really lagged right there.
Yeah, my Chrome is crashing.
Oh, well.
So I'm trying to close it.
Okay. Well,
That's
you try
always
and
fun.
close that, and let me see what's going on here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All right.
And my laptop should start running a lot cleaner now.
Oh, good. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and connect the streams. Never
Don't
cross the streams.
Don't cross the streams.
Never cross the streams. Going live on the Spreaker. Boom! Live on Spreaker. And on Facebook. And everywhere else. And you hear the crowd go wild. Actually, you don't hear anything because, well, the crowd isn't going wild. Transition for people so that they can see us. Not that way. We're not transitioning in that way. Don't go there.
Don't get it twisted.
That's right. We got that. And we got the Mojos. Mojo 5-0. Tell you what, so Mojo's really transitioning a lot of stuff. Like we're doing our best to get out of Facebook as soon as we can, and everything else.
I heard about that. Heard
I
about
think
that
it's
on the morning show.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. As soon as we can get everything going for that. Let me see here. There we are. There we go. There we go. Boom. All right. Everybody's there. Got Dylan on there because he's checking in for a minute. What's up, buddy?
How goes it, good sir?
That's it. That's it. Let me see. Boom. Boom. Erica. Nicole. Hello. Behind the scenes. Got about a minute 20. Minute 20 before we go full live.
Greetings and salutations.
Hello, everybody. Let me see here.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good morning.
That one. Yeah, that one. Hey,
Come
Belinda.
on. Why does nothing ever work?
Because you're in Nevada.
Arizona.
Whatever. It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. Stop lying. It's the same thing and you know it.
Okay, just because you live in Georgia.
Oh. Actually, see, I did live in Georgia.
Ooh, that's worse.
I know. I have a lot of family there, so I can't say much.
Georgia.
Yes.
Sweet Georgia.
You are really butchering that song. I'm just... Oh, my goodness. So many butchers.
So many butchers, but no meat to be spared.
Trout Lake, Washington.
Trout Lake, Washington.
Nice. Hey, Becky. Let's see.
That's like burnt scrotum, New Mexico.
Hey, now. That is where somebody said they were watching live from. That is not nice. All right. Gonna go silent for the start of the show. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
You're live with the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. You can find us at DOAE Show on pretty much every single social media construct out there. You can also find us live playing right now on the Facebooks, as well as the Mojo 50 Radio on the Facebooks and the Mojo 50 stream. We're also on IPM Nation, Live, Spreaker, Lanterns, and everywhere else that you can get media content for podcasting. I think I didn't. I think I covered it all. Did I get it all, Matt? I think I covered it all.
I think you got it all. Talk American Network, you covered that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Talk American Network. That's true. I got that, too. All right, so along with that, we also have go to our website at doaeshow.com. If you go there, you can go to the shop, buy some awesome equipment, or you can go and become a Defender with us. And if you do become a Defender with us, you will be able to help us get rid of our commercials. What we need right now is we need 25 Defenders. And that's $5 a month, $50 a year. If you go annually, you get not only 2 months off, but we also send you a hashtag I See What You Did There t-shirt, because I see what you did there. And if you want to go to Twitter and comment with us, you can Twitter using that hashtag I See What You Did There, so that we know that you are the one talking to us. Man,
I do indeed see what you did there.
It's been a week. It has been a big, big week.
It's been a heck of a week, man.
It's been huge.
Bigly huge. Huge week.
Huge week.
Never before seen. Unprecedented.
But something that actually hit me right off the bat that was really cool. I heard about this yesterday. It actually happened a while back, but it's something that's been going on for a while now. Apparently, Pompeo hosted a State Department global meeting with pretty much everybody that usually is in the UN, all of their delegates. And he went to them very specifically and said, look, if you want to be a part of our strategy to... for everything marketplace, for all the worldwide things, for everything that's going to happen, I'm going to need you to do one major thing. You have to allow religious liberty.
It seems pretty straightforward to me.
That's a pretty strong stance, though, given who we deal with.
Well, it's a pretty strong stance, but you have to consider what little we've done in this regard in the past and how shameful of a chapter that is in American history. The fact that, the Trump administration has stepped forward and said this is ground we're going to fight for now for the first time ever really is quite stunning. I know we're going to come to them later, but when we talk about some of the issues that we've had with Saudi Arabia with respect to religious freedom and other Middle Eastern nations where there are degrees of Wahhabist or Sharia law in place that may require like a jizya tax, for example.
Yeah,
which is which is a less serious, I would say, violation of religious rights than, say, China, where they throw you into a concentration camp, kid you not, or North Korea, where they just straight up kill you and 3 generations of your family for expressing religion. But I think all of these different issues need to be handled. And this is a necessary ground that we have to share in common with countries that we want to trade and have strategic relationships with. There has to be a consensus that we do not persecute based on faith.
Right. Not only, I can't just say based on faith, because here's the thing. It is some people's faith that you should go and throw gay, lesbian, bisexuals off of roofs, or hang them, or crush their skulls in, or run them over with cars, just because they are gay, lesbian, bisexual, etc. I
will say all faiths are not created equal in this respect.
You are correct. All faiths are not created equal in this respect. And at that point in time, it's the idea that, listen, if you're going to take your faith and you're going to make it an apostate, you're going to make your state you're going to make your religion your state, if you understand what I mean.
Yeah, if you're going to be a theocratic nation.
Yeah, you're going to be a theocratic nation. You're going to take your religion and turn it into some sort of dictatorial religious course on how you're going to run your entire government. There's a problem, especially if in your idea of religion, you don't see all people as equal.
It's a question when we're dealing with faiths that are not tolerant of other faiths by their nature and by their design.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of great work out there. I forget the name of the doctor specifically. Mm-hmm. He presents on Glenn Beck all the time. I think he actually lives here in Arizona, but he's working. Zuhdi Jasser, Dr. Zuhdi Jasser, is working for reform of Islam, because where Christianity went through a great reformation and went through Enlightenment changes to the faith, Protestant Reformation, no such thing ever happened in Islam.
Right.
So I would say that a post-Reformation Islam would be more easily held to that standard. And a lot of Americans, a lot of westernized Muslims have abandoned portions of their faith that are a little more apostate and a little more religiously persecutorial. But there are a great many who have not. And it's not widely adopted.
No, it really isn't widely adopted. And actually, it makes it so when you think about it. So people say that it's only 10% of religious Muslims that are political jihadists or political Islamists. And that's where the people draw the line. But if you go back and you look at the studies that people say, where they ask questions like, okay, would it be okay if you stoned a person for this, or if they died because of this? You go through, and a lot of the people in these countries, even the ones who are considered moderate, are very willing to either allow a person to die or to kill a person because of something that doesn't agree with their faith.
Well, I think it's very telling that we're seeing even extreme minority faiths represented in this. And I think that Britain took a very impressive step. If we go to the story from the Washington Post on this, links in the description, Britain actually, when this came out, appointed its first special envoy on freedom of religion or belief, and that's a man by the name of Tariq Ahmad. Now, before everybody jumps on the stereotypical insert Arab name here, the gentleman is actually not of the Muslim faith. He comes from the minority Ahmadiyya community.
So he comes from a minority community which has been oppressed and opposed.
Correct. So I think that's very, very telling. It would be, for example, the United States appointing, and I'm not trying to line up these two religions perfectly, but say grabbing somebody from the Mennonite faith. Yeah, which is a rather extreme minority, not extremist in beliefs, but extremely small number of adherents. And based on overall population. And I think that's very promising that some of the smaller religious sects are actually getting a prominent position in this conversation.
That is correct. That is correct. And speaking of small religious sects, and that's sects.
With a T. With a T.
There's a C and a T there. CT. Sects. Apparently, Hillary Clinton and her staff have been revoked from their security clearances.
Apparently, it was voluntary, according to the latest statement from the Clinton camp.
I'm joking. Hold on.
Yeah, the stench from that particular brand of bull plop is rather profound. I can smell it all the way in Arizona. Yes, they voluntarily surrendered. Forgive me here, but if something is revoked, that's not voluntary. So I think
right.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Well, here's what they say. So Senator Grassley has said, and I quote, at her request, former Secretary Clinton's security clearance was administratively withdrawn on August 30th, 2018. That's how the letter read. But I don't really think that's how it went.
As we previously informed the committee, the individuals had been granted access to classified information through a request made by Secretary Clinton designated them as researchers. The letter to Grassley explained. So here's the thing. And I get it. Administratively, you're permitting people to access files that they ordinarily wouldn't be able to for a research project, whatever. So you would send out a letter then to have their access revoked when the project has reached its conclusion. Yeah. Yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. So why at the same time that you're withdrawing their access would you withdraw the actual access of former Secretary Hillary Rodham Clinton herself?
Because she is as sick as everybody is saying, and she is not going to run for any office ever again, and instead she's just going to stand outside and scream to the top of her lungs that nobody is going to be quiet and is going to be civil until the Democrats get back into power.
So are they going to continue to prop her up like Ruth Bader Ginsburg? You know, we're talking about Weekend at Ginsburg's. Are we going to have Weekend at Clinton's now as well? You know, just two women who really should no longer be in the political game whatsoever. One potentially due to medical infirmity, the other one just due to being older than dirt itself. I mean, she may be old enough to implicate Abraham Lincoln in a Me Too case. So
that's bad. And that music means that Matt's going to stop talking for a minute. We're going to go to a commercial break. We'll be back in just a few minutes, guys. Hold on to your horses.
Life insurance is one of those things that just about everybody needs, but few people actually have. Hey, if you die unexpectedly without life insurance, guess what? You'll leave your family with even a bigger mess. Life insurance will help replace your family's income. It'll help cover burial expenses. Life insurance can even help pay off debt like credit cards and medical bills. Life insurance can even pay for college. And if you own a business and you die, life insurance can help your business from collapsing. It can even help cover estate taxes. Life insurance has never been more affordable and needed. Plus, you can always shop around even if you have a plan and save some money. So call the Life Insurance Quote Line right now for free pricing information.
800-915-9542. 800-915-9542. 800-915-9542. That's 800-915-9542.
Hey, this is Dylan and Steven from Defenders of American Exceptionalism, here to give you the facts about hydration.
Thirst pains are real. Chronic joint pains, headaches, and ulcers can often spell dehydration. Water's needed to carry acidic waste away from the cells, and when we're dehydrated, these wastes don't get carried away, leading our nerves to interpret it as pain.
If you're tired, it may be dehydration. One study found that a mere drop in water levels in the body can cause a 25 to 30% loss in energy. Even a 3% drop can cause fuzzy thinking, brain fog, and a slower metabolism.
How do you remedy this? Some people may ask.
Earthwater. Go to earthwater.com/DOAE show to get yours now.
These bottles are packed with 70 plus trace minerals, 9.5 pH balance, no carbs, sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, chemicals, or calories.
It's organic, gluten-free, and vegan as well because it's, well, water.
And with its high active carbon and molecular oxygen levels and antioxidants, it will hydrate you the way to a better life.
That's earthwater.com/DOAE show to get your bottles today.
earthwater.com/DOAE show.
According to a 2017 Gallup poll, 85% of Americans hate their jobs. 85%. And most of those people will continue to hate their jobs over something as simple as updating and formatting their resume. Let Nicole's resume renewal service help you gain a leg up in an already competitive job market. Please go to www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service and relieve yourself of the worry of an outdated resume. Use the promo code Defenders and receive $10 off your order of a resume cover letter package. That's www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service. Don't be part of that 85%. Log on today at www.facebook.com/Nicole's resume renewal service and use the promo code Defenders for $10 off.
And we're back.
And I'm a little deafer.
Yes. And you're welcome. You're listening to the Defenders of American Exceptionalism. Matt Holloway here with me tonight. And I believe the intro music just killed his ears, which is awesome.
Yeah, so for those of you who haven't done, radio or podcasting before, it's very unusual for somebody who's a guest to actually be able to hear the music in real time. Steven, through some productionary wizardry, was able to pull off this feat. I, however, was not prepared for the audio level and promptly had my ears blown in by the intro music. And I do want to take this moment to add that, on my own podcast, the HollowNet podcast on the Lanterns Media Network, www.hollownet.com,
I've got it on the thing, man. I've got it on the thing.
Yeah, and actually I screwed it up too. It's the HollowNet. But anyway, on my own show, I don't have theme music that's nearly that cool.
So you're welcome. All right.
Yeah.
Now, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. That is right, Erica. Pay no attention. Exactly. Now, apparently, I know I haven't heard this, but did you know that there is absolutely no debate that the U.S. should stop producing fossil fuels?
Ow. Wait, hang on.
And that headache came to you by Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You're welcome.
Keep vamping for a second. I'll be right back.
All right. So according to Fox News, Ocasio-Cortez is promoting a Green New Deal plan, which is an environmental stimulus initiative with end goals of shifting the country using 100% renewable energy sources by 2035. Quote, quote, there's no debate as to whether we would continue producing fossil fuels. There's no debate. We should not. Every single scientific consensus points to that, said Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
The science is settled.
The science is never settled. If there's anything we all know about science, is that it's never settled.
There's no such thing as settled science. It literally does not exist. That's the very definition of science.
Right. Even laws are not really settled. If they were settled, then we would have nobody trying to look into anything further. There are certain nuances about everything that is never, quote, settled. But that's beside the point.
additionally should be mentioned is that we are in one of the healthiest production periods for fossil fuels in American history due to the advances that have been made in extracting shale oil and also extracting natural gas. We are in a position now to be able to chart our own course when it comes to energy production for the first time in almost 100 years. And according to Alessandria Ocasio-Cortez, thank you, now is the time to pull the plug on production when we've, for the first time, reached a point where we can extract ourselves from basically energy wage slavery to OPEC and to the Middle East and actually pull back from our entanglements in these tin pot dictatorships that exist in the Mideast.
Literally, the fossil fuels that we have, quote, fossil fuels, which, by the way, aren't actually fossil fuels. If you know anything about oil, it's not a fossil fuel. It is compressed algae.
It's plant matter.
It is. It's compressed
More or
plant
less.
matter. It's not dinosaurs. It's not any of that mess. It is compressed plant matter that is underneath the ground getting pushed by constant layers upon layers upon layers of rock and heat.
Heat, pressure, and time.
That's it. Heat, pressure, and time. The same thing that makes diamonds out of coal. Heat, pressure, and time. Which is why technically we could make oil if we wanted to spend the time of making it in a lab. But why do that when we can just dig it out of the ground?
But I will say this, when you're trying to write a song, it does sound a lot better when you refer to oil as dinosaur bones. I mean, just think about Johnny Cash when he talks about burning dinosaur bones. It just doesn't sound the same, you know, burning compressed algae. What?
Yeah, it really doesn't. I mean, like, when you think about his voice and saying something like algae, and it just doesn't work. It really doesn't. But that's beside the point. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, once again, you are a frickin' moron, and you need to just go home and shut up. Go home.
And I just want to point out, this is a real leftist tactic that we've seen rolled out over and over and over again, is when you have no argument, when you don't have facts to point to, you simply say, there is no debate.
There is no debate.
There is no debate.
How is there no
debate? The debate is settled. Because I can't win one.
That's right. There is no debate because if I allow you to debate me, you'll win.
You know, there's a great quote from, I think, Liar Liar, starring Jim Carrey, which, you know, interesting that would be the title. Your Honor, I object. Why? Because it's devastating to my case.
Exactly. And that is about it. So, there's a writer who has come out in rejecting civility towards Trump, just like the rest of the left, but where they're all coming out very, very openly against Trump, and they're saying very, very simply, we will not be civil anymore towards Trump. Well, this one got fired for being uncivil on social media. Matt?
Because you don't mess with the mouse.
That's right. You see, Chuck Wendig, or Chuck Wendigo, or Chuck Wendigo.
Wendigo Kimosabi. Wendigo.
It's Wendig. It's Wendig. New York Times best-selling author somehow, even though I've never heard his name ever.
Not once in my life.
Ever have I heard this guy's name, but somehow he's a New York Times bestseller.
I'm not a comic book nerd. I mean, I think this, because, you know, it's Marvel Entertainment, so this guy might be big in comic book circles. I'll give him that.
Fine. He's a big super nerd. Got it.
I'm a sci-fi nerd and a fantasy nerd, not a comic book nerd.
Look,
there are levels. There's levels.
I'm the same. But that's beside the point. Apparently, he told his followers that he was fired Friday from Marvel Entertainment for being uncivil on social media after numerous expletive-filled anti-Trump tweets, such as, in conclusion, F Trump, F the GOP, F ICE, F the whole lot of them, F them, up the flagpole and down the road, in and out a restaurant, twice on Sundays and thrice on Tuesdays. F 'em nice, F civility. They put kids in cages.
Aren't you getting tired of that one?
Yeah, because it's not true.
They put kids in cages.
They
Aren't you
don't
just
put kids in cages. Do you guys understand?
I'm sick to the teeth of this. I mean, this
Obama put freaking kids in cages, and he separated brothers and sisters. This
entire thing was started on. Actually, worse, it was a Clinton era thing. The law that caused all this to happen was under Clinton. It was 1998.
Yeah. But it's all Trump's fault.
You know, I'm pretty sure Obama was still a community organizer back then, and Donald Trump was still attempting to sell steak.
At least it was rare. That was a multiple levels there. Multiple levels. You got to get to it. So Wendig wrote that he understood why the company didn't want their products to be marred by the negativity from his social media missives. This is really
quite chilling, he added. and it breaks my heart.
I'm very sad. And it worries me for this country that I live in and the world, for the creative people all around.
All right, I got this. Courage to you all. I have dire fear this is going to get a whole lot worse before it gets better.
And with that, we will be right back.
Attention business owners and independent contractors. This is a money-saving message from Tax Mediation Services. If your business owes $20,000 or more in taxes, we can help you today, right now. Listen, dealing with the IRS is no picnic. It's an intimidating and extremely stressful process, and you don't want to go it alone. Our attorneys know every law, every tax break, and every possible opportunity to help you resolve and reduce your tax debt. And if you owe more than $20,000, you may be at the top of their hit list. So don't take your tax debt lightly, because it will not go away on its own. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, your home, and even shut down your business. Call our tax experts today at 1-800-249-8901 and let us deal with the IRS while you focus on your business. That's 1-800-249-8901. Again, 800-249-8901.
So you're looking for a job, right?
Wait, no, should I be? I mean, I always keep my options open, but should I?
We'll talk about that after this gets on. But if you happen to be looking for a job, one of the most important things you will need is an updated and current resume.
Are you trying to tell me something here?
Nicole's Resume Renewal Service is where you should go take your resume to the next level.
I really don't understand. Have you seen what happens when you try to go it alone?
Go to Facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service to get your resume in top shape. And don't forget to use the promo code Defenders for $10 off any resume package.
Is this because we aren't going daily right now?
That's Facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service. That's Facebook.com/Nicole's Resume Renewal Service with the promo code Defenders for $10 off.
Is this really for me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
No, seriously. Is this for me?
Nah, it's water under the bridge.
Do you have a retirement account worth more than $100,000? Pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you. Gold is a better way. Gold is a better way to protect your retirement. A better way to grow your retirement, and better than everything you're currently doing inside your retirement account. At Advantage Gold, we're certain that gold is going higher in price and going to outperform stocks and bonds. We've created the world's first gold protection retirement platform ever built. If you have an IRA or 401k, you can get your free access. Once you see it, you'll have no choice but to agree. Gold is a better way. And all you need to do is call our recorded line for your special quote. You can join the site for free. Just call now to get your code. 800-932-2605. 800-932-2605. 800-932-2605. That's 800-932-2605.
And we're back. You're listening to Defenders of American Exceptionalism. Matt Holloway with me on the other side of the Skype stream.
How we doing, Steven?
Oh, we're doing good. I'm just really happy Trump never sold sausages. Based on what you guys are commenting back and forth, really, really happy. Speaking of Trump, he's been in the news.
Just the best quality.
It's the best. Let's talk about some Trump. Let's talk about some bad Trump, some possibly good Trump, and then we're going to talk about some great Trump. Matt Holloway, take it away.
Oh, so we want to start with bad Trump, huh?
Bad Trump, bad Trump. You take it away, sir.
Robert E. Lee was a great general. He was a great general. So Robert E. Lee was a great general, and Abraham Lincoln developed a phobia. He couldn't beat Robert E. Lee. Trump said before launching into a monologue about Lee, Lincoln, and Ulysses S. Grant coming to us from the Hill. And this is making quite a stir as the media has latched on with both hands to the president, ostensibly praising the Confederate leader.
They've grappled on with both hands?
Both hands,
It
several
really is
feet,
huge.
and
It really
teeth.
is huge.
He was going crazy. I don't know if you know the story, but Robert E. Lee was winning battle after battle after battle. He got tired of winning. And Abraham Lincoln came home. He said, I can't beat Robert E. Lee.
All right. Now, I know for a fact that Trump does not really know his history. So I want to let this one slide because I know what he's doing. He's charging up his base. He's trying to get people motivated to like vote and do other things. And in this one in particular, he was going on the whole statue thing. That's what he's going off of, the statues. I got it.
Yeah, that really is the entirety of the argument, is that we're trying to preserve the history of the Civil War because it is the history of the United States. And to be perfectly honest, maybe not in a philosophical or a political form, but definitely in terms of his military prowess, his strategic mind, Robert E. Lee was and is widely regarded by prominent historians as one of the greatest generals of his day.
Yes. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. And that's
Even
the reason
if he was
why
on the wrong side of a war, you still can't take away from him the fact that he was a brilliant general.
And also you add to the fact that he didn't want to fight, quote, for slavery.
No, he fought for Virginia.
He fought for Virginia, and because of his family, the fact that his family was already fighting, he was like, no, you're not going to kill my brothers. I'm going to fight. And so he fought for Virginia, and I understand that. But the greater cause is always what gets counted in the history books, and so technically he did fight for the Confederacy, and as such, he did fight for slavery, even if he didn't mean to.
And that is the unfortunate historical reality. But as I said, that is not what the president was referencing, in my opinion. You know, I've watched the video, I've read through the quotes. He wasn't referencing the philosophical value or the political value of Robert E. Lee's stance. He was stating that the man was widely regarded as a great general and that Lincoln identified the fact that militarily he could not beat him at that point. And at that point, McClellan was in charge of the Army of the Potomac and was very famously routed by Robert E. Lee, to which the president had to turn then to Ulysses S. Grant, later President of the United States.
Yes.
And Ulysses S. Grant successfully was able to combat Robert E. Lee.
Yes, and one specific thing that changed was that before the Union decided that they were going to fight slavery, when the Union didn't have a motive behind them to fight and end slavery, they kept losing. It was around the same time that he changed generals and changed the stance on what they were fighting for, from just, hey, we got to keep everybody together, to no, we have to end slavery because that's what they're going on. We have to end this now. When they finally transitioned over to we have to end slavery, that's when America started winning.
And that teaches us historically that why you're fighting is every bit as important, if not more so, than how you're fighting.
Yes, exactly.
Because you have to be able to mobilize your people behind a cause. And it was only after the Emancipation Proclamation that the Union was really able to rally.
That's true, and that's kind of how everything pulled into place. How the Union really got their footing, and then some good generals got put into place, and everybody was good to go because they had a direction, they had incentive, they had an understanding of where they were headed. And if you don't have that, then it's all for naught anyway. So, we go from bad Trump, because that was kind of bad. I mean, honestly.
Just an unfortunate soundbite, especially for a president who's widely regarded, whether you believe it or not, as a racist and, just pegged with that label constantly just by warrant of being a Republican.
Yes, and then also pegged with being known as a man that gives terrible sound bites. just over that. So now that we've lost half of our audience by disregarding Trump, here's some okay Trump. This is okay Trump, and what I mean by that is this is also just words so far. But if he puts action behind this, it will be great Trump. Here's the headline. Trump vows severe punishment if the Saudis discovered to be responsible for the journalist disappearing. Now, everybody knows about the entire thing about the journalist disappearing in the Middle East, how it's been going on, what's been happening with it, why, but nobody really knows exactly why it's been happening. Apparently, Khashoggi was he was a reporter for, I think, what was it, Washington Times, or what was it?
I thought it was the Post. Was
it the Post? Okay, it was the Post. I'll go with that. That might be right. Anyway, he was a Saudi Arabian citizen to begin with, and this is always getting back and forth. Either he was going to get married or he was going to get divorced, and he was told by the Saudis that to do that with the person that he was with, he had to go into the consulate. He was at Turkey for some reason, and he went into the consulate at Turkey. They have video of this. They also have video of, quote, up to 10 to 15 people that are known to be contract killers from Saudi Arabia walk into the consulate afterwards. And since that time, this guy has not been seen. Now, between Turkey and Saudi Arabia, they're both pretty terrible regimes. They both do horrible things to horrible people. Turkey just released, finally, a pastor who's been in jail for the past 2 years for no reason whatsoever, just because he came into the country and was trying to, evangelize. Yay!
Which is a massive crime there.
Massive crime there. Evangelizing for Christianity in a very Muslim nation is not a good idea. Anyway, so he was put in jail, and he also, he's been in jail since 2016. They finally released him over in Turkey. I think that's because they're trying to butter up Trump. They're also trying to use this to push Trump further against Saudi Arabia, who Trump has been really trying to strike a deal with this brand new prince who said that he's trying to reform the Saudis. Is that pretty much right?
That pretty much covers it, but I will say that while President Trump has been very vocal that he loves working with the Saudis, and the Saudis have, replied that they indeed love working with President Trump, the response to this on Capitol Hill has been very lukewarm, potentially even a bit frigid, just because of the response from Saudi Arabia that we've seen to the crisis in Yemen and also to the crisis in Syria and also in Iraq. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you have a proxy war between Saudi Arabia and Iran happening in Yemen, mm-hmm. and a massive humanitarian disaster happening, it's rather difficult to turn the other way and look toward a trade deal with Saudi Arabia. This simply compounds it.
Yes, this is terrible. It compounds everything. It is exactly what's making things worse. But alas, that is all that we can really do. 'Cause right now, we don't know enough. We don't have enough information.
But what makes me nervous here, Stephen, real quick, before we change topics, is one of the key players here is somebody who I talk about a lot on the HoloNet podcast, is President of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who is probably the least secular leader that Turkey has had since the Turkish Revolution following World War I. Mm-hmm. This is the man who probably has the greatest opportunity to shift Turkey into being an Islamist state.
Yeah.
And reclaiming the helm of the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
And this guy right now is the prime player in this case.
Exactly. Now, here's the thing. Erica just mentioned this in the comments. There's no clean player. Nobody's honest in this. Nobody knows exactly what's going on, and nobody wants to tell each other what's actually happening. So, in this point, Trump vowing to be very, very decisive about what he's doing is good. And that's what we want to see from our president. You know, if somebody's doing this, we don't want to do business with them as a country. We want to make sure that they're not going to continue doing it. So we go from possibly really good Trump to Bala Trump. And by that, I mean this. New announcement on DOAE Show. If you go to our website, DOAEshow.com, you go to the shop. Brand new, straight out of the box, limited edition Trump Pool t-shirt. You see, he's the exec with a mouth who just won't die. And by that we mean, very simply, there is not a politician in their place that can stop this man from doing the work that he has been doing, which has been relatively good as far as his actions. Agreed?
Agreed. And I do have to, just presented with the opportunity of this shirt, I do have to reach out to the internet and say we need more Trump Deadpool memes. This needs to be a thing.
Trump pool memes need to happen, and they need to happen tomorrow. But at this point, what you need to do is you need to go to DOAE Show. You need to go to our shop. You need to go buy the shirt. And when you do that, that'll let us know that you are on point and ready to go. It comes in white, black, navy, gray, and gold.
Because everything looks better in gold, according to Trump Pool.
Even
everything looks better in gold.
That is right. So we have that, and that is a limited edition. I say limited edition because come November, it will be here no more. So go out there, get the shirt. That is the music. We will be right back.
Buy it now.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-648-9176. 800-648-9176. 800-648-9176. That's 800-648-9176.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-327-2381. That's 800-327-2381. 800-327-2381.
Hey, this is Dylan and Steven from Defenders of American Exceptionalism, here to give you the facts about hydration.
Thirst pains are real. Chronic joint pains, headaches, and ulcers can often spell dehydration. Water's needed to carry acidic waste away from the cells, and when we're dehydrated, these wastes don't get carried away, leading our nerves to interpret it as pain.
If you're tired, it may be dehydration. One study found that a mere drop in water levels in the body can cause a 25 to 30% loss in energy. Even a 3% drop can cause fuzzy thinking, brain fog, and a slower metabolism.
How do you remedy this? Some people may ask.
Earthwater. Go to earthwater.com/DOAE show to get yours now.
These bottles are packed with 70 plus trace minerals, 9.5 pH balance, no carbs, sugars, artificial sweeteners, preservatives, chemicals, or calories.
It's organic, gluten-free, and vegan as well because it's, well, water.
And with its high active carbon and molecular oxygen levels and antioxidants, it will hydrate you the way to a better life.
That's earthwater.com/DOAE show to get your bottles today.
Earthwater.com/DOAE show. Welcome back, everybody. This is the last segment of the DOAE show. Once again, you can find us on Facebooks, Twitters, everywhere, including now on MeWe. See, MeWe. So Facebook has, just a little aside, Facebook has decided that they're going to basically, they're going to censor everybody. Everybody, especially during and up to the election. If you start posting more than once a day, more than likely they're going to censor you, especially if you're using any sort of political content. And so here's the thing. I hate that. We've been wanting to figure out a way to move away from that, to get away from all the crap, from having to post on this. We love the fact that you guys are here watching us, but we know eventually Facebook is just going to put us into some sort of, digital ghetto where you guys won't be able to see us. Nobody will be able to hear us. Nobody will even know that we exist anymore. So what Mojo is doing, what we are doing, is we are slowly but surely transitioning over to MeWe. So as everything goes forward, obviously you're still gonna see us do everything that we can on the Facebooks, on the YouTubes, on every sort of thing, but we are transitioned over to MeWe. Get on MeWe and find our group, DOAE Show. You can also find me, Stephen Airy. I am right there. I don't know, Matt, are you there?
Not yet, but I'm gonna have to be.
Get there,
we're talking
buddy.
about we're talking about the digital ghetto. I think I never actually got out of the digital ghetto to begin with. Either that or my show just sucks.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
On that note, I'm seriously considering abandoning Facebook streaming for my show, just because I think I'm getting handicapped here. I think I'm getting kneecapped by Facebook and the algorithm. Because I do know that we have a lot of people who come back and watch my stuff afterward on YouTube, on BitChute, but typically not so much with the live stream video. So I think it's going to be a path for me away from Facebook as well.
Exactly. Now, speaking of things that are getting costly and expensive, you see Mr. Francis Robert O'Rourke.
Frankie
has apparently... He's costing, pulls a record amount of $38 million in contributor funds, and he's still 9 points behind Ted Cruz.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt.
That's really gotta hurt, especially since he's younger than Ted Cruz by like 10 years. And so, because Mr. O'Rourke has been such a failure, so expensive, and is so last millennia, this is for you, sir. This right here, if everybody is watching, whoever is watching on the Facebooks, this is a BetaMax, and that's Beta O'Rourke. So now, Robert BetaMax O'Rourke, please end your campaign, sir. End your campaign and end the terrible show that you've been putting on, because it doesn't help you, it doesn't help us, and it makes everybody look worse in the end.
Is it bad that I've been kind of calling him Beta O'Rourke deliberately since he started running?
Well, he is a beta.
He's a beta
beta
as opposed to the alpha male. Yeah,
he is a beta male.
I think that fits very nicely. Beta O'Rourke.
Yes.
There you
And
go.
So,
BetaMax O'Rourke.
Young BetaMax, because he is the maximum amount of beta male, and he is so out of date and so expensive and useless. There you are. Have fun with that, guys. If you want it, it's on MeWe. I posted it on the Mojo page on MeWe because that was where the conversation happened. You can find that image, and you can get it everywhere. Now, on to bigger and better things, and by that I mean worse. Antifa. And I quote, "Our attack is merely the beginning." Antifa vandalizes New York City GOP headquarters and warns of more violence.
Oh, I'm trying to center myself here.
It's okay. It's okay. Goose frappa, goose frappa.
Because I have a message for everyone on the left who tried to marginalize Antifa and tried to say that it wasn't a large movement. We told you!
Yes, that is about right. So, on Friday, the Daily Caller, Carrie Pickett reported that the Metropolitan Republican Club in Manhattan, which houses the Manhattan Republican Party and the New York City regional office of the New York Republican Party, was vandalized, including broken windows, spray-painted anarchy symbols, which, by the way, they're not anarchists. They're communist. Why are they using anarchical symbols? It doesn't make any sense. What are you doing? The criminal group that did the damage, also left a note. You want to read the note? You can read the note. You can read the note. Come on, it's right there. It's right there. You can read the note.
Tonight, we put the Republican Party on notice in defiance of the policy of mass misery they have championed. The U.S. government has established concentration camps around the country for Oh, come on.
Come on. Keep going.
All right. For Latino people, shamelessly murdering black people, and continues its war machine that has slaughtered Muslim people with impunity for decades. This so-called land of the free leads the world in incarceration rates per capita, all the while profiteering in the new plantation within the prison. Come on, really?
They go on to say, our attack
Listen
is
to Dinesh
merely...
D'Souza for 5 seconds, and he'll tell you the plantation isn't located in the prisons. It's located in the cities.
By the way,
the Democratic ones specifically.
I really enjoyed the very high-pitched nasal voice you put into that. That was very nice. They go on to say, our attack is merely a beginning. We are not passive. We are not civil. We will not apologize. Those of good conscience and clear mind know this state of oppression cannot remain. The U.S. fascist political system, which is them, is one of the most savage institutions, they show it by being violent, in history. And we will combat it relentlessly until all are free of American barbarism, which you just presented. Why am I
While the atrocities persist unabated, the Metropolitan Republican Club chose to invite a hipster fascist clown to dance for them. I don't remember being scheduled. Content to revel in their treachery against humanity, the Republican Party, joined by their spineless partners in crime, the Democrats, institute a policy of domestic and foreign terror felt the world over.
That's right.
What?
Okay, look, I get it. You listen to a lot of Alex Jones. I get it.
I mean, you have to. You have to in order to reach that level.
Or the Young Turks.
Of mentally broken.
That or the
Young Turks.
That's
yeah,
right.
the Young Turks. This does sound a little bit like a Cenk Uyghur screed that may have been condensed into spray paint form and put on the side of a building.
No, they left a note, dude. This was a note. This was a typed up note.
Wow.
They actually had a
I'm
printer.
Impressed.
They had a printer.
So you mean the Antifa anarcho-socialists actually purchased a device
or they
to type this up on?
Oh no!
Or
no,
they
no,
had
no,
their
no,
parents
no,
purchase it for them.
Stop. No, they still live in their parents' basement. They just used their parents' crap. Their parents bought them a
painful.
laptop. You know, their parents did everything. They went through. And that's
so what kind of... Does the story go into what kinds of damages we're looking at? Okay, it was vandalized, including broken windows, spray-painted anarchist symbols. The criminal group that did the damage left a note. Okay,
yeah.
Just a few weeks ago, vandals also covered a Republican office in Illinois with the word rape in the midst of hearings regarding now Justice Kavanaugh. You know what I'm remembering real quick? And this is during the Obama, I think, his second campaign. Okay, there was this Republican Party headquarters, this local party headquarters that was wrecked, just destroyed. I think it might have been in North Carolina. You remember the story I'm talking about?
Which one?
And it was where the local Republican Party headquarters got destroyed by vandals, and the Democrats actually chipped in and rebuilt it.
It's the other way around.
It was the other way around?
Yep.
Oh, because
before
does that ever happen the other way? Where the
well,
Democrats turn around?
The Republicans paid for it. No, the Democrats never paid for it. So, yeah, the Democrat stuff got trashed, and the Republicans paid for it because they didn't want to seem like they were actually paying for somebody to do that to them. So, before we go, that's the music playing. Something I wanted to let you know of. This is a headline. You've got to go read the full story. Father tried to kill son with chainsaw, and he lost a leg after the son defended himself with a lawnmower. I'm going to leave that there. You go find the story. It is amazing. Matt, where can everybody find you, sir?
www.theholonet.com and theholonet.Lanterns.Buzz.
That's right. You can follow us everywhere that you find the DOAE show. By the way, that's pretty much every social media platform, including MeWe now. Go to MeWe. Find us there. You can chat with us pretty much directly. I will respond pretty quickly because MeWe notifies me when everybody chats. You can also go to our shop. Go get the new shirt. It will only be available till November. Until next time, folks, have a good night.